According to Jamie Ballard, a data journalist for YouGov, 45% of Americans believe in ghosts and demons. Whether or not we realize it, many of us have a fascination with subcategories of supernatural occurrences. Examples of popular supernatural fan bases are Harry Potter, Twilight, The Vampire Diaries, Stranger Things, and Supernatural, the TV show. Throughout my entire life, I've always had a fascination surrounding all things supernatural, whether it be books and movies, cases of supernatural occurrences throughout history, or even my own personal experiences with ghosts or unexplainable events. Based on this, I feel as though I'm qualified to discuss this topic with you. Today, I'm going to inform you of the historical importance, major uses in pop culture, and real-life cases and occurrences of the supernatural. Now that you're all aware of the overview, let's talk about exactly what qualifies as supernatural. By definition, the supernatural encompasses all entities, places, and events that would fall outside the scope of scientific understanding and the laws of nature. Various everyday objects have a supernatural connotation, such as incense, which is used as a method of spiritual cleansing. As some of you may or may not know, the supernatural has been recorded in history since quite literally the beginning of time. Each religion and culture has its own story of how the earth we live on was created. The majority of these stories include gods or deities. All gods and deities are, by definition, supernatural, as they are outside of the scope of scientific understanding. For example, the Greek story of creation features Gaia, the goddess of earth who was formed by a raging chaos, and Uranus, who is the god of the skies and the stars. Both of these beings can be considered supernatural. Whether we realize it or not, the supernatural is deeply ingrained into multiple facets of our society. Let's explore some of these. For example, television shows. Are you a fan of TV shows like The Vampire Diaries, Stranger Things, or Supernatural? If so, then you may be more inclined to the supernatural than you realize. All of these examples and countless more TV shows include supernatural elements. For The Vampire Diaries, it's the vampires, werewolves, and witches. For Stranger Things, it's the nether realm of the Upside Down and the Mind Flayer. For Supernatural, it's the countless supernatural beings and legends they encounter, like the Wendigo and the Banshee. As previously stated, the supernatural is deeply ingrained into our society. In America's Love Affair with the Supernatural, the author Lawrence R. Samuel, with a PhD, explains, polls and surveys have consistently shown that most Americans believe in paranormal, and iconic figures like Abraham Lincoln and Mark Twain were known to have spiritualist visions. The temptation to explore what lies beyond has a powerful one, whether it is the ability to read people's minds or have contact with those on the other side. It is pre-programmed into our brains to question things that are beyond our typical realm of knowledge. Thus, why the supernatural is so prevalent in the shows we watch, the books we read, and pop culture in general. Now that we've discussed some of the history and importance behind the supernatural, let's dive into some events that have occurred and that were widely believed to be supernatural. For example, the Salem Witch Trials. The Salem Witch Trials occurred in colonial Massachusetts between 1692 and 1693. More than 200 were accused of practicing witchcraft or the devil's magic, and 20 were executed. While the townspeople who were executed were not actually practicing witchcraft, it is speculated by paranormal investigators and historians that witchcraft was being practiced in Salem. The actual witches were just too smart to be caught. Another example is Camp Hero and the Montauk Project. The Montauk Project is a theory that alleges that there were a series of secret United States government projects conducted at Camp Hero or Montauk Air Force Station in Montauk, New York, for the purpose of developing psychological warfare techniques and exotic research, including time travel. This theory of supernatural occurrences inspired the popular TV show Stranger Things. The supernatural is so deeply ingrained into our society that even the government is in on it. The supernatural surrounds us more than we realize. From TV shows to books to historical events, it is prepositioned in our brain function to question beyond our reach, thus ensuring a fascination of the supernatural. Now that you are all aware of the historical importance, societal importance, and a couple of events of supernatural occurrences, would you consider yourself to be a believer or a skeptic? I can only hope I gave you enough information to make an informed decision. My name is Hannah Conway, and thank you for watching.